Hi, and in this video we're going to discuss how we can install Unity engine in our computer. And this video is for absolute beginners to game development in Unity or is just simply trying to test Unity engine, which is an amazing game engine. We'll start off by installing Unity Hub, and after that we'll discuss how we can install a single version of Unity. We'll discuss which version of Unity is best suited for you, and we'll install that along with some other necessary packages or modules that Unity provides. And after that we're going to create a project inside Unity and then just look through the templates that Unity provides and then just simply create a project. And yeah, so I'll try my best not to overcomplicate things. If you're new to Unity, I won't try to explain everything in detail. I'm just introduce you to a lot of things and you should try to explore it yourself. All right, that is your mission. So in order to install Unity Hub, just search for Unity 3D in Google and you'll see this link called unity.com, and you can just click download Unity. This will take you to the download page. If you are on Mac or Linux, you can follow the on-screen instructions. I am on Windows, so I'll click on download for Windows, and this will download the installer for Unity Hub setup, and I can just click save. I've already downloaded it. So once you've opened up Unity Hub setup, it will give you a license agreement. You should definitely try to read and you should agree to these terms if you want to install Unity. And then you can choose a location to install and Unity Hub will get installed. So once you open up Unity Hub, you will be asked to sign into your Unity account. I'll just click sign in. Once you do sign in, it asks you to install a Unity editor, Unity 2021.3.2 F1, which is an LTS version. We'll talk about it later, but for now I'm just going to skip the installation, and then it'll ask you to get a personal editing license, which you should agree upon. Please do read the terms of service and acknowledge the privacy policy and stuff like that. This license is actually pretty great for people who are beginning or new to game development or just want to test this engine out. But if you are someone who's actually serious about game development and just wants to turn this into an actual business or something, I consider you getting the pro license. And you can do that by choosing a plan from Unity. So once you've accepted everything that Unity throws at your way, you have to install a version of Unity editor for things to work. So right now, if I go to projects and then start to create a new project, it will ask me to install an editor or locate an existing editor, which could be something that you may want. So let's firstly learn how to install the Unity editor. So we go to installs, and inside installs we can either locate an editor if you already have it downloaded, or you can install an editor by clicking here. So you have official releases, you have pre-releases, and you have unarchive. So which version of Unity should you install? If you're someone who just wants to use Unity for just testing it out, or if you're someone who has worked on another game engine for a long time and just wants to test things out in Unity, you could try pre-releases. You could go with the alpha or the beta versions and install them like this. It may contain newer features compared to the official releases, which is comparatively more stable. But if you are someone who's trying to build your own personal projects, or if you're someone who's working in a company or in a team, I highly recommend downloading an official release which has long-term support or LTS. And an LTS simply means that Unity provides long-term support for that particular version, which means that things are relatively stable and you may use it for a longer period of time, say 3 years, which might be ideal if you're starting a new project on your own. And I am someone who uses Unity regularly, so I will install a long-term support version. And as of this date, the recommended version is 2021.3.2 F1. You may try other versions if you want to, but I highly recommend sticking to what Unity recommends. So I'm just going to click install, and then it will ask us which all modules should we install. So right now we have Visual Studio Community checked, which is actually an IDE which is used for coding and stuff. You may uncheck it, it's your wish actually. I already have Visual Studio Community 2022 installed. You can download it from your browser if you want to. So I'm going to leave that unchecked. You should check this if you don't have any other IDE. If you're interested in IDE, I recommend looking into Visual Studio Code, which is like a much simpler version of Visual Studio. But I highly recommend Visual Studio over Visual Studio Code because it integrates much better with Unity. Since I already have a better version installed in my computer, I'm going to leave this unchecked. If you don't have it, please do check this. You can install the latest version through their website and then use that instead. And now comes the platforms. So this packages decides which all platforms that you can build for. And this is actually something that you should think about way beforehand. This also depends on your hardware that you're running in. If you're having a low spec computer, it might be worth it to check Android or iOS if you want to. It might be worth to enable Android build support because an Android game requires less resources as compared to a regular Windows computer game. Or if you just simply want to, target Android, you have to install it. For iOS, I recommend installing it only if you have an iOS device, which is actually quite expensive for me. So I don't have any device around me or near me that just supports this. So there's no point for me in trying to build for this because I don't have any device for me to test this on. If you do, then you could install it. I would also recommend only installing this only if you're on a Mac because you might need it to actually build the project. And everything else is self-explanatory. I'm going to install the Universal Windows Platform build support. And for those of you who don't know, UWP is actually pretty great for Windows, and it is something that you need if you want to upload it to Microsoft Store, I believe, if you're trying to build an app for Windows. And also you need to install the documentation, which is compulsory. And you also have the choice to install a language pack, which is actually quite small compared to the other ones. So I just have only two things, which is the editor and two other modules. So it takes around 7.5 gigabytes, but I'm going to hit install. And I'll just simply wait here until it gets installed. So if you haven't done it already, subscribe. So the installation is finally complete, and as you can see here, I have 2021.3 installed. I also have a desktop icon over here. Since the install is complete, let's create a new project. So we'll go to the projects tab over here, and as you can see, I have no projects here. You can either create a new project or you can open an existing project. And once you click on this arrow here, you can either open a remote project from online or you can add a project from your computer. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to create a new project, and immediately it's going to show a lot of templates that Unity provides. So right now we're on the learning tab. So if you go to all templates, you can see that there are quite a few templates, and you can download them and then you can use them in your own projects. For this example, I'm going to use the third person template. So I'm going to click on it, and you can read more about it here. It's a pre-configured character controller for projects with a third person perspective. And if you go to the packages, these are the packages that this particular template uses, which simply means that these packages are some things that Unity installs automatically as long as you use this template. Cinemachine is something that you use for camera. TextMesh Pro is used for text. You also have Visual Studio Editor installed along with other Unity packages. So I'm just going to close this, and I'm going to download this template. So once the download is complete, I can create a new project this way. So I have a project name, which is going to be test project. For the location, I'm not going to use my C drive for this. I'm going to use another location, and I'm just going to hit create project. So once you do that, Unity will start creating a project, and this is going to take a while depending on the template that you have used. Meanwhile, as you can see here, you have this test project already created inside of Unity Hub. Once you have a lot of projects, you can star it to favorite this particular project. You can also change the editor version anytime by clicking on this, and then if you have other versions installed, you can just select this and then click on open with. And if you hit the three dots here, you can show it in Explorer, which just loads up this particular directory, or you can add command line arguments, which I don't really use. You can remove the project from this list, and that's how you remove projects from Unity Hub. Removing the project from Unity Hub does not mean that it is deleted from your computer. You can still add it by going to open and add project from disk. Also on the left, there are other two tabs. One is learn, which is really fun, which is actually quite great that Unity provides this inside Unity Hub itself. You can click on this link and it will take you to learn.unity.com, which is a great place to get started with Unity. And this is a great place to get started with Unity. You can also go to the community tab and then just check out the Unity blog and the answers and the forums and stuff like that. So this project is taking time to load. So I'll see you once it's done. So this took about 5 minutes. So once the project opens, you can actually close this hub if you want to. And this is the basic third-person template that Unity provides. I'll just simply play the game to just test it out. And it is actually really great, right? It really provides a solid foundation for you to work on top of. And they provide the third-person controller and stuff. There was a time when Unity did not have these templates, and you had to either buy packages from the asset store, or code them yourself, or watch a practice tutorial. So yeah, so just make sure to read the licenses for any template that you provide. So and a license is simply a text file that is present along with any package that you install. And yeah, you could just read it. If you're doing it for commercial purposes, I highly recommend you doing this. And I don't want you to get into trouble of not doing that. And this is actually very well made. You have a player armature with a lot of scripts on the right. And then you can start working inside your project. And this using such templates is actually a great way to, save a lot of time when it comes to prototyping stuff. So yeah, we have a working project, and I can go to file and then save to save this project or any changes made. And once you open up Unity Hub again, you can see that the project is still there. So let me show you how to delete a project from the Unity Hub. So if you click on these three dots, I'm just going to show in Explorer for now. And let me try removing the project from this list. And it says, if you remove the test project from this list, the files will still remain on your disks. And to add it back onto the list, just open it in Unity Hub. If you hit remove, the files are still there. So this is not a destructive removal of project. The files will still be there. It's just not under the control, or it is not managed by Unity Hub. So you can add it again by clicking add project from disk, and then you go to the location and then click on open the project and then hit add project, and it is added. And once you click again, and this is going to open Unity and load your projects properly. And yeah, here we go. You can also check out these things. You can go for help. You can sign out. You can do troubleshooting stuff if you want. You can manage your own licenses. So if you have a pro license, you can go over here. I'm using a personal license for now. I can go to account settings, which is something that takes you to Unity. So one final thing, if I go over to this gear icon called preferences, if I click on that, you can actually set preferences to your wish. For instance, you have this default project location. So I highly recommend not using your C drive for this. Do something like E or F or whatever. You should definitely try to load your projects on any other drive other than C drive. And I'm just going to set this to my tutorial projects folder. If I go to installs, this is also the default location for the installs and the downloads. You can change it according to your wish. You can also check this hide the hub to Windows system tray when your editor opens. I don't usually like to do that because I like to close the Unity hub every time editor opens. And you can also set a language. You can check the licenses, and you can also go to the advanced thing, which I don't personally use. But this might be something that is actually handy. But yeah, that is your personal preference. And that's everything that I wanted to share in this video. This is just a very straightforward video for people who are completely new to Unity. I'm not trying to over-explain anything. I hope this is not too complicated. If you have any doubts, you can leave them in the comments below. And if you want more content like these, you can stay subscribed. And if I made any mistakes in this video, please do mention it in the comments so that I can pin them. And yeah, that's it. Take care. Have fun. Bye bye.